Hi guys, Robbo46 here, welcome yourselves back to MotoGP 19 on the Xbox One X. Let's continue with career mode. Silverstone is next, home race. So I've downloaded a new helmet, and here it is. Slightly different to what I usually go for. I've got L plates on the back. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be using for Silverstone. So let's get on with it and see how we get on. Settings as they should be. Let's get on with the qualifying. Alright, so FP3 I was second quickest by like less than a tenth of a second, so I'm hoping I can go just a little bit quicker this time round and grab that pole position. See what I can do. And hopefully the race will be alright. So 2 tenths under my own time at the moment. So that is looking good. Someone just up ahead, but they shouldn't really get in the way. Should be absolutely fine. Okay, run down to Vale. Into Vale we go, and yeah, that was okay on the entrance. Good on the exit as well. And through Club Corner, that wasn't too bad. Just clipped the inside curb slightly. 3 tenths under my own time, so that's good. This lap feels a lot better than my last lap as well, actually. Into Village. We are catching the person in front. But I don't think they're going to get in the way. So we're almost half a second under my own time. Okay, Marquez has now gone quickest. So through Brooklands. Try and get a good run through Woodcote. That was good. 1:57.7 just on pole, but Rins has just nicked it as well. Rins is on pole position by less than a tenth of a second, beaten by my teammate. Let's hope I can go better than him in the race. So middle of the front row for me. 2 Suzukis on the front, which is good. So 32 degrees track temperature. I say that causes for a medium front and a soft rear. I reckon that would do absolutely fine. See how we get on. So yeah, middle of the front rail. Rins has gone soft front, hard rear.
The riders are on the Silverstone starting grid and are ready to face one of the most demanding Grand Prix of the whole year.
Okay, let's get on with it. My home race aboard the Suzuki. Okay, let's do this. Here we go. Good start. Immediately into the lead. Through turn 1. Yeah, all good so far. So good turn 1 through Maggots and Beckett's. And down into turn 5. Try and get a good run out of here. Through Chapel and onto the straight. Miller's in second place. So Miller got a decent start as well. Thought I was a bit too late on the brakes into Stowe there, but I was pretty bang on. So that's all good. Mir is up to 5th, so we've got 3 Suzukis in the top 5. That is a good result so far. Hopefully we can all stay there. Okay. So we've almost got a second over Miller now, so we are pulling away. Vignale's not having a good race, he's down in 18th place. Into Village, that was good. through Aintree. Still almost a second back to Miller. Hard on the brakes in the Brooklands. We're getting towards the end of the first lap. Zarco up to 13th now. See what our leaders over the line. A good run through Woodcote. Yeah. So it's over a second now, our gap back to Miller. In fact, Rins is down to 8th, so not a good start for Rins. Mira's still in 5th. Dovi is now up to 9th, so he's not having the best of races either. Neither is Rossi by the looks of it. Quattararo just got ahead of Zarco. Now, speaking of Zarco, it was announced yesterday that Mika Kallio is going to replace Zarco for the remainder of this season. So obviously we know that Zarco hasn't really... Oh, the grass there. And I got a penalty for that. Wow, okay. Yeah, so Zarco hasn't really taken to the Red Bull KTM at all this season. He hasn't really done that well with the bike, hasn't really been able to adapt to it. And he already announced earlier on in the year that he wasn't going to be racing for Red Bull KTM next season. They already announced that they were splitting at the end of this season. And now it's come to light that Zarco will not be continuing this season with them. He's being replaced by their test rider Mika Kallio for the rest of the season. Obviously there's only a few races left. But yeah, no more Zarco in the MotoGP paddock at the moment. Still unsure exactly what he's going to be doing next season, but sounds more like he's going to be some sort of test role and be a test rider. But yeah, it just hasn't gone well for the Frenchman this season. And considering like last year he was getting podiums and now he struggles to get inside the top 10, it's just he hasn't adapted very well to the KTM at all. And just when we thought, you know, it was starting to get the grips with it, he ends up binning it or something. So yeah, no more Zarco this season in MotoGP. So obviously his last race was Mazzano, and that is going to be it for him this season. Interesting to see what he does in the future. Quite early on in the year, there was talks of him possibly going to Honda in World Superbikes. But yeah, as time of recording, Honda haven't actually announced anything for World Superbikes because obviously they were trying to get Bautista as well. There's also talks that Honda might pull out of World Superbikes altogether. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how that all pans out. And obviously see where Bautista actually ends up going, because he's not officially announced where he's going yet at the time of recording. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. There's a lot to still unfold for next season. But yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see. Obviously the MotoGP grid is pretty much all sorted. World Superbikes has still a hell of a lot to be sorted as well. But yeah, hopefully soon we will get some answers about what's happening next season for some of the big names out there, like Zarco, Bautista, Alex Lowe's as well, because obviously he's not staying with Pata Yamaha next season. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see where everyone goes. So I've got a 0.2 of a second penalty for going on the grass, which actually lost me more time than I gained. So a bit of a strange penalty, that one. Rins has just set the fastest lap of the race at 1:58.3. I think the guys behind are actually starting to catch me back up, which is a little bit concerning. Because I do think... Oh, yeah, that's another mistake. Trying to push on just a little bit too much, and it is not working out that great. 0.8 of a second back to Marquez, so really that's about 0.6 of a second. If you take into account the penalty. Are they going to catch me, or are they going to get within the distance that if I go over the line, the penalty is going to drop me a place? Obviously we have had MotoGP at the weekend. That was at Misano. But as soon as we're going to Misano for the next race here, I will save talking about that race for when we get to Misano. Obviously, unless we have a big battle going on, then I won't have the opportunity. But the guys behind are catching me at the moment. The next split is not going to be a big gap for sure. Probably about 0.3 or something. No, 0.7. So, call that about half a second. The gap's coming down. We're coming to the end of lap 4. Which means we've got 3 laps to go before we finish. Tyres are feeling absolutely fine. Definitely the right choice to go with the soft rear. It is behaving itself. 0.7 still, so still about half a second over Marquez when you take the penalty off. Okay, through Maggots and Beckett's again. Oh, again I've messed it up. Again, exactly the same mistake as last time. That's going to allow them to close in even more. Miller is up to second place. So 0.4, that's actually 0.2. So the gap is really coming down now and getting really, really close. Remember, I need to finish the race over 0.243 of a second ahead of second place if I want to win this race. Miller and Marquez are fighting for second. Oh, bit of a rear end twitch there. Got on the power a little bit too early. The gap. 0.8, it's gone back up, so that's good. Obviously helped by those two fighting each other behind. Way too wide into village there. That's lost me time. I can hear him. I can hear him. Wide there as well through the loop. I can hear that Honda. Miller's dropped to 4th. Okay, so if it finished like it is now, I would be second place because the gap is less than 0.2 of a second. Okay, well this race is definitely going to come down to the final lap, I think. I've actually pulled a bit of a gap out again. A bit wide there. It's back over a second. So he pulled quite a bit of a gap there. Actually, Petrucci's up to second now. I don't know if Marquez made a mistake there. That was better. Didn't go too wide that time. Okay, come on. On the penultimate lap, need to make sure that we finish in a good position. Rin's back up to 5th, so Rin's a mate, 5th and 6th. So all 3 Suzuki's in the top 6. I will of course keep an eye on that gap because it looks like it's come down again. Then I definitely pull away out of corners on acceleration, so 1.1 still. Oh, that was wide there through Abbey. Hard on the brakes for Village. Yeah, didn't go in too deep that time, so that was good. Miller back up to 3rd, Marquez down to 4th, now back up to 3rd. Now back up to 2nd, so Marquez went from 3rd to 4th to 3rd to 2nd. And that's allowed me to pull out another tenth of a second. So it's 1.2 the gap. Through Luffield. I definitely gained time going through Woodcote. We get a slight better run. We're on the final lap. Gap is 1.1 to Marquez. Surely I can't lose that much in this one final lap. We'll keep pushing. Because I do feel that I can't afford to back off really because of that penalty. So I need to make sure I get a good run. Oh, bit of a rear end twitch there. Seconds. It's come down another tenth of a second. It's fine if it comes down a tenth of a second, a sector, because I'll still win the race. Intervale for the final time. Mir is down to 7th place. Okay, it's under a second. It's actually about 0.7 of a second with that penalty. Actually, it's about 0.6 of a second. Need a good exit through the loop. Oh, that wasn't great through Aintree there. It's 0.6, which is actually 0.4. I did say I shouldn't be able to lose that much of a lead, but I have. He is really close. He is really close. I just need to hope that I can get a good run through Woodcote again. And I hope that the gap is over 0.2. I think it is. I think it is. I think we're safe. Yeah, that looked bigger than 0.2 of a second.
While the riders
And it was
the acclaim of the
0.7.
fans on their victory lap, let's take a look at the final ranking of today's race.
There we go. Another win. Another win aboard the Suzuki home race this time. 101 points over Marquez. 151 over the Ducati team. And 63 over Ducati.
Undoubtedly, it was a perfect day for him. In addition to the victory, his position also earns him 25 priceless championship points.
So it shouldn't be too many more races before I can wrap the title up, barring any mishaps. But hopefully we will be absolutely fine.
These days the podium is extremely valuable. MotoGP has never had so many competitive riders at the same time. Today they were at their best and they deserve to celebrate. The level of the championship is only getting better. Consistent results seem to be the secret to a good season.
Certainly does. We have been pretty consistent this season. The title is definitely within our grasp. Right, on to Mazzano. Alright, Mazzano, let's go to it. Then we got Aragon, Buriram, Motegi, Phillip Island, Sepang and Valencia. So round 15, Mazzano, let's get on. Okay, so that was an invalidated lap, so that one doesn't count. So I need to make sure that I do a decent lap and a nice clean lap. And I have already realised when I immediately went to FP3, I haven't changed my helmet back. I've still got my Silverstone helmet on, which usually for me, if I forget to change it back, it usually brings me bad luck. So I'm going to have to go careful and hope that it doesn't bring me any bad luck, and then just remember to change it back for the next race. So Quattraro's gone top at the moment. Now Rins has a 132.8. I'm currently 0.3 under that time. Dobby has gone even quicker, 132.450. So what's this split going to say? Oh, we are less than a tenth over Dovizioso's time. So we're looking at second place at the moment. Into the final corner, get a good line, get a good run. Oh, almost on the green. Oh, look at that, 5 thousandths of a second. So starting second place behind Dovey, 5 thousandths of a second behind.
Ends here for today. Thanks for joining us. Tune in again tomorrow live from the starting grid, where the cameras are lingering on the favourite riders for today. A few minutes to go, and finally the
38 degrees. Might go for a medium front, or I might go for a hard front and medium rear, or shall I gamble and go for, I might go for a soft rear. I know it's a bit of a gamble, but you know, a lot of them gone for either a hard rear or a medium rear.
Their places on the starting grid. Riders are deep in concentration with just a few seconds to go until this San Marino Grand Prix begins.
Right, let's hope that this tyre combination works. Here we go. Oh, the rear spun up there. The rear has spun up. It didn't give me the start that I wanted. Later on the brakes, and everyone else through turn 1 sees me go back into the lead. Oh, Nakagami's already had a crash. Okay, into Rio, the double right. Onto the back straight, or one of the straights. 0.7 of second lead we've got over Miller at the moment. Tell you what though, this front end does not feel very stable. I think I should have probably gone for the medium front, because the hard front just feels like it's pushing a little bit too much. Oh yeah, it definitely feels horrible there. And I've gone wide as well. I can't really put the front brake on anymore. Otherwise that probably would have ended up in a crash. I'm going to have to go careful with that front end. It is not feeling great at all. Yeah, it feels a little bit weird with a hard front and soft rear combination. I should have definitely gone for a medium front. We're coming to the end of lap number 1. And I am leading. We've got a nice little lead. So whilst we're out front, let's talk about the race that happened at the weekend with MotoGP. And it was a battle throughout pretty much the whole race between Marc Marquez and Fabio Quartararo, the young French rookie. And he was looking so good throughout all of the weekend. Vinales started on pole position. Got an okay start, but then kind of dropped back a bit in third place and was never really heard from again. And it was Marquez didn't get the best of starts. He had to make a few positions up, and then Quartararo had pulled a little bit of a gap, and then Marquez managed to hunt him down and decided just to stick behind him until the very last lap, and then he overtook Quartararo down into turn 1. And then Quartararo got him back a couple corners later. And then a little bit later on, Marquez went for another overtake on Quartararo and got ahead of him. That was into La Quercia. And yeah, unfortunately, Quartararo couldn't really respond. He got really close to him. But with 3 corners to go, Marquez pretty much parked at mid-corner, which meant that Quartararo couldn't use the Yamaha's strength of corner speed, and Quartararo just had to sit up a bit, otherwise he would have gone straight into the back of Marquez's rear tyre. And yeah, that was it. Game over for Quartararo, but so close to his first win. And I think when he does get that first one, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And I think maybe another season or two under his belt, and once he gets a full-fledged factory ride, I think even Marquez is going to struggle to beat him. So looking forward to seeing what Quartararo can do in the future. He's definitely going to win some races, and I think we're definitely going to see some good battles between him and Marquez. I just think if Marquez had to come second again, then I think he would have been really, really pissed off. But yeah, he managed to get the better of him. So that was Mazzano. And the next race, which is Aragon, that is this weekend. So we got, yeah, we had Mazzano last Sunday. And we have Aragon this Sunday. So 2 weekends in a row. And then I think we have another one. I think they got like 3 in a row pretty much. So yeah, lots of MotoGP action at the moment. And of course it is also the start of the British Superbikes showdown this weekend as well. So that is going to be really good to watch. So on to lap number 4. Okay, so on lap 6 now. Not a lot has happened in between the laps. I will cut out some laps into Rio. Oh no! Oh, I said that the front end wasn't feeling that great earlier on in the race. Luckily that was a fairly slow crash. But yeah, just had a bit of a front end bobble there, and down I went. That's the trouble with a hard front tyre. Now I'm going to have to try and push to make up some positions. So I've dropped down to 7th place. Now we're going to get the better of Petrucci. Oh no, he's back up the inside. A few of them going wide there. Can I capitalise on that? Soft tyre coming into its own net. The soft tyre is getting hot, but there's still a hell of a lot of life left in it, which is good. Just need to calm down a bit and just try and reassess the situation. See what position I can actually end up. So Crutchlow just ahead, then we've got Rins ahead of him in 4th. Oh, get off the curb, because that will overheat the tyre. Oh, again, oh yeah, spinning up the rear, it's just overheating it even more. So we're on lap 7 of 9. Can I get any higher, or is that going to be it? Is it going to be a 6th place? And I did say about the helmet as well. Usually if I forget to change it, it usually means bad luck, and it has indeed meant that today. So I need to really remember to change it for the next race. Okay, we're on the back of Crutchlow. Rins was a little bit wide there. One soft tyre, just give me what I need to come out of corners. Oh, again a bit wide there. And I think we're going to get Crutchlow. We've got a better exit. There we go, into 5th place. Now my teammate is up next in 4th. Can I get back on the podium at least? That's going to be my target. Yeah, that front end really does not feel good. I shouldn't have gone for the hard front. The medium would have been a much better choice. Okay, through the final corner. Onto the start-finish straight. Oh, just at the fastest lap of the race as well, 1:32.542. So I've still got pace. Still got pace in that rear tyre. But that's what I need to do. They go really wide through turn 3, and I'm spinning up that rear. Thought I was going to be able to get in front of Rins then, but not quite. But getting very close. Oh, that was a crap exit. Spun up the rear as well. That's lost me time. That's lost me quite a bit of time. That could be job done. We are, of course, on the penultimate lap as well. Marquez has just gone into the lead. He is second in the championship, so he's looking to capitalise on my mistake and make up a few more points on me. So the gap was, what, 101 points? As I go very wide there. Could feel the front end tucking. Yes, the gap was 101 points back to Marquez before this race. It's going to be less than 100 now, that's for sure. .1 seconds to Rins. I'm not going to be able to make that up in one lap, that's for sure. Made way too many mistakes. I think I need to just try and settle for 5th place. It's better than chucking up the road again and possibly having to retire. 1.1 still over the line. Let's just get this race finished. I don't think anyone's going to be able to get in front of Marquez. I think he's got this one sussed out. Spinning out that rear again. Oh, and again. Just getting on the power a little bit too early. Just trying to... Still trying to catch... Oh, Crutchlow's crashed behind me. 1.7 to Rins now. And to LaQuercia. A little bit too hot. Definitely spinning up that rear now because I am still pushing. I'm still keen to push. I know that I'm not going to catch him, but it's just that off chance I'm going to be able to just close in that little bit. Oh, Rossi's crashed as well on the final lap. Just got ahead of Mir. There's a few crashes happening on this final lap. Any of the leading pack want to crash? That would help me out. .8, yeah. It's going to be a 5th place hit at Mazzano. That isn't too bad considering I've been on the floor and made loads of mistakes after that, just trying to catch back up. So run to the line, 5th place, curse of the home helmet, which I forgot to change. A horrible front end with that hard front tyre.
Before going to the
There we go. What has that done to the championship? It's definitely under 100 points again. Okay. Right. Yeah, there we go. 87 points. 149 to Ducati team and 56 to Ducati in the Constructors' Championship.
Judging from the riders' and mechanics' disappointment, they held very different expectations for this weekend. The best thing to do now is move on from this poor result and concentrate on the next.
Well, you can't win them all, but that's what happens when you forget to change your helmet. Right then, let's look at the leaderboards for all 4 championships. Red Bull Rookies Cup is Carlos Tate leading that from Dupasquire in 2nd, Noguchi in 3rd, Salvador 4th and Yuki Kuni in 5th place. Moto 3, Antonelli is leading that from Canet in 2nd, Messia 3rd, Dallaporta 4th and Vietti has just moved up to 5th. Moto 2, Alex Marquez, Marcel Schrotter, Baldassari, Thomas Luthi and Remy Gardner is in 5th place. Then MotoGP, obviously I'm leading that from Marquez, Dovizioso, Rins and Petrucci. Anyway guys, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more content. I shall see you guys in the next video. See you!